Pete Tendler is licensed by the California Department of Real Estate number 01230641 and the nationwide multi-state licensing system number 866468.
Welcome to the Financial Locksmith Show. Now here's your host, certified reverse mortgage professional, Pete Tendler.
Thank you for tuning in to the Financial Locksmith Show. My name is Pete Tendler. I'm a certified reverse mortgage professional, and the purpose of this program is to address the myths versus realities of reverse mortgage options and how a reverse mortgage might or might not be in the best interest for you and your family. Every week, I will share with you new information, not only about reverse mortgages and how it could help you secure your financial future, but I also plan on providing other valuable material on topics such as financial, legal, and other useful planning strategies from local trusted advisors to help you guide through your retirement years. Today, my special guest is a close friend of mine, Kraig Strom. Kraig is a certified financial planner and paralegal at the law firm of Barth Calderon. He's been a certified financial planner for over 25 years, and he's been a member of the Barth Calderon team for over 5 years now. I've known Kraig for years, and today he'll be speaking about the importance of asset protection and retirement planning, as well as the pitfalls to avoid so you can generate income for life. Before we get to our guest, I'd like to address the audience with my first segment I like to call Myths versus Realities. Not only is this segment important to my audience, but I believe it should be addressed before I begin any presentation because there are usually people or many people in the audience that have a misconception or misunderstanding how the reverse mortgage works. And often these people are professional advisors, such as lawyers, financial planners, tax professionals, and so on, that their clients rely on for their sound and solid advice for their own legal or financial advice. If people do not fully understand a topic such as reverse mortgages, their advice could be misleading or misguided, and sometimes the results will do more harm than good. And again, I will touch on this more detail a little bit later. So I want to welcome my friend Kraig Strom. He's a certified financial planner, as I mentioned earlier. Couple of questions for Kraig. You want to introduce yourself just a little bit?
Thank you, Pete. Actually, super cool to be here with you. Love the studio and love being here. Thank you for the invitation. As you heard, I'm Kraig Strom. That's Kraig with a K. And I am a paralegal and a certified financial planner at Barth Calderon and been around the block for quite a while. I'm a crazy car guy and a woodworker on top of all that. So thanks for inviting me.
Always glad to hear, Kraig. You know, in my line of work, I meet a lot of different financial planners and throughout Southern California. How is your practice or approach? How is it unique to other people?
It's a great question, actually, and I think it really comes back to the team approach in our firm. I work with a law firm that has a financial advisory firm as a sister company, and we look at whether it's legal or financial questions in a holistic approach. It's 360 degrees, and we like to focus on asset protection, making sure that whatever we have in life is protected. And my passion is retirement income planning, and that's ultimately how I got connected with you, Pete.
That's right. I remember that. That was some time ago. Tell me something else. What is so important to get your financial affairs in order now rather than later?
That one is more important than ever. Now rather than later. Today rather than tomorrow as it relates to retirement planning at whatever stage you're at, whatever stage you might be at, because time is the most valuable commodity we have in retirement planning.
Right.
Same thing with asset protection in the legal work that we do. You can't fix your estate planning or asset protection or retirement income planning. You can't fix it after you're over the finish line and you're already retired or after something bad has happened, for example. So you got to do it while you're thinking about it, while you're listening to this show. You got to pick up that phone and contact Pete, get in touch, take action.
Today we're here with a friend of mine, Kraig Strom. He's a certified financial planner and paralegal with Barth Calderon Law Firm. So tell me something else. A lot of people seem to procrastinate on getting their comprehensive retirement plan going or asset protection planning. What are some of the reasons why they do that?
Well, I think the biggest reason is, the old Stephen Covey direction is that it might be an urgent item in my book or your book, Pete, right? You might think it's an urgent item, but planning the next weekend vacation or planning the next cruise or something like that just seems to be more urgent. It's also a heck of a lot more fun to plan. Nobody likes to get up and talk about financial or legal or, as much as we love you, Pete, reverse mortgages. They don't want to get up and talk about it, right?
Really. No, not a volunteer.
They do know that it's a really important conversation. So that's why it's important to always stay in front of the people that we talk to, even if we're not jumping right in on things today, as long as they remember that we care enough to have the conversation. You know, just recently I introduced someone to you that we started talking to years ago. Right? And there they are having that conversation again because it's a little more urgent because their clock has a few less hours on it.
Right. You know, you bring up a really good point about vacation planning. I had a guest on here recently about estate planning, and we're asking about the fees of estate planning, and her response was very, very similar to what you're talking about vacation planning. Are you going to go on a road trip, or are you going to take a cruise around the world? So that's a good segue. Some people seem to think that the fees for retirement planning are expensive. Can you touch base on that?
That's actually a huge myth in my world, right? Because very much like any kind of financial or legal planning, we could say similar things. But if you look at what we're actually trying to accomplish, in the case of retirement income planning, this is where I love reverse mortgages so much, is that it's part of a larger conversation. I love that when you look at retirement income planning, it is an overall maximum retirement income goal. That's really the goal that I shoot for when I'm talking to clients, is maximizing retirement income, whatever it might be. So if that means that you end up with, over your retirement years, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 more income, what if it's $100,000 more income? What if it's a substantially larger number more income? By putting in a little planning and perhaps paying for some of that planning, it's a relatively small amount of money to pay in order to get a much larger overall return. That's the goal.
Right. That's a very good point. I like that. You know, that kind of leads me to one of the myths of reverse mortgages. And I call this one myth number 7. You should only consider a reverse mortgage as a last resort. Do you want to take a stab at that?
No way. Absolutely not. I have a conversation at least 98% of the time with folks who are talking about retirement income planning and planning for retirement. And folks will say, well, that's crazy. Not everybody needs a reverse mortgage. That right there is one of my personal myths. No, it's not about needing one, but you might want to have one.
Sure.
Remember, the goal of retirement income planning is maximum retirement income, maximum lifestyle. And reverse mortgage is one of those areas that is very misunderstood. And it's missed in the conversation, sometimes completely by the typical Wall Street investment advisory firm. They just miss it. And it's a tremendous income source in retirement for many people. So I am always talking about it.
And then one of the big realities of this is what a lot of people overlook, and that's the growth rate feature on the credit line. So,
yes.
So let's, for example, if you have a client and their age today 62, which is the minimum age for the FHA reverse mortgage, often referred to as a HACM, if they established a credit line today of $375,000, and the growth rate today would be just a little over 5%, so 5.11% to be exact.
That's awesome.
By the time he reaches 85, that credit line has increased to approximately $830,000 by my calculations today. But now think about this. So when the financial advisor or legal or tax advisor say, we understand it, but we'll use this as an option of last resort, or we get it, we understand it, we're going to use this when we need it. And I say, well, look, if you put this in place today,
right,
when they don't need it, by the time they reach an age of the mid-85s, like when my parents were in their mid-80s, they needed some in-home care. And how were they able to pay for it? The savings, and all the savings got depleted. Well, now they were able to use the equity in the home to build that up without having to pay for in-home care, long-term care policies over the last 23 years.
Exactly.
And how expensive is that?
Exactly. You couldn't have said it better. Really, I love it. it's amazing when I think how many times it gets missed, because you'll have folks that have been told they need to spend $1,500 a month on a long-term care insurance policy
that they may never use.
Right. And then someone says, well, what about a home equity? What is it? Home equity conversion, a line of credit. Oh, I don't want one of those reverse mortgages, but you're going to spend $1,500 a month on insurance you may not use, or you end up with a home equity line of credit that is going to be substantially large enough to pay for your long-term care if you needed it, or a really nice cruise around the world with your kids when you're 90, when you didn't need it, right? You could choose, right? You can't do that with your long-term care insurance. I'm a big fan of long-term care planning and retirement, and the reverse mortgage is one of my favorite strategies to include in that conversation. I'm glad you brought it up. I love that.
It's just, again, it's something that a lot of people overlook. And again, it's not the borrowers, it's not the homeowners, it's their advisors that are saying, okay, we get it, it's safe, it's a good tool, but option of last resort.
Right. You don't need it right now. Well, no, that's always the thing. One of the reverse mortgages, maybe remember this, Pete, was a reverse mortgage you actually did for a client of mine who said, I don't need one of those reverse mortgages. And I said, Alan, you don't need one, but I'm wondering why you don't want one. Why don't you want one? And we went through a conversation about his good for nothing, unwashed, undeserving kids. And he went, I think I would like to have one of those reverse mortgages.
I remember that one.
Yes, he lives on a golf course now and went and got a new BMW with his extra cash flow. And it was really thanks to the opportunity to learn about reverse mortgage from you and then ultimately share it with clients. And I'm a big cheerleader, as you can imagine.
Great. Once again, we're here with a friend of mine, Kraig Strom. He's a certified financial planner with over 25 years of experience. He's also a paralegal with the law firm of Barth Calderon. Great that you're here, Kraig. And if anyone needs to get in touch with you for any advice or a quick consultation, how do they do that?
The best way to do it is just an email, Kraig with a K. It's very unique. You can't miss it. Kraig with a K, Kraig at barthattorneys.com, BARTH, barthattorneys.com. And we love to help. We actually love it.
Barthattorneys.com. That's plural attorneys.
Correct.
Okay, great. We'll be right back. Coming up in the next segment, more with Kraig and more about asset protection and financial planning for your retirement years. But before I get into the myth versus reality segment, I really want to get talking with my friend Kraig Strom. He's got a lot of great information, valuable information about retirement planning and asset protection. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Pete Tentler, the Financial Locksmith. As a certified reverse mortgage professional, I can unlock the equity in your home so you can secure your financial future. We'll see you after the break.
The Financial Locksmith Show with your host, Pete Tentler. Every Saturday at noon on The Answer San Diego. Pete is a trusted reverse mortgage advisor that clients have relied on to explain the process and best courses of action. Legal, financial, and tax professionals all rely on Pete to provide the best options for their clients. Now, you can know what they know. Listen to The Financial Locksmith Show with your host, Pete Tentler, every Saturday at noon, right here on The Answer San Diego.
Kraig Strom is a certified financial planner paralegal with the law firm Barth Calderon. With over 80 years of combined experience, Kraig and his team help families and business owners with all aspects of their critical legal work, including living trusts, wills, powers of attorney, and asset protection. Have you been procrastinating your own real estate planning? Go to kraigstrom.com for a free 60-minute consultation. That's Kraig with a K, Strom.com. kraigstrom.com.
And welcome back to the Financial Locksmith Show. Your host, Pete Tentler. I'm a certified reverse mortgage professional. And we're back with my good friend, Kraig Strom, a certified financial planner and paralegal with over 25 years of experience. And he's also with the law firm Barth Calderon, discussing retirement planning, asset protection for your securing your financial future. So we heard a lot about the prudent planning about your last segment. What else would you advise our listeners today about keeping your wealth preservation?
The wealth preservation piece is a big one that a lot of, and I'll have to be honest, I mean, I'm a longtime financial world veteran, and I'll say that my financial world brethren and sisters miss this is a big one, is actually protecting the wealth that's in the house. You think about the average San Diego County piece of property nowadays,
Right,
a little
right.
3-bedroom, 2-bath house that's worth $1.6 million, right? And that might represent a huge portion of your net worth. Your actual worth is trapped inside your house.
Right.
And California doesn't protect all of it. In fact, you can have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of equity in your home that is vulnerable if you were sued or one of your children were sued. We at Barth Calderon, we are big proponents of including reverse mortgage planning discussions as part of asset protection. Because one of those areas that's missed is people don't realize that the reverse mortgage can be a powerful asset protection tool. One of those cases that you don't need one, but you might want to have one to protect that wealth that might transfer to your kids someday.
And I have helped the law firm,
Oh,
thanks
absolutely,
to you
many
and
times.
to Mr. Barth et al., about clients that were never even thinking about the reverse mortgage.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And it was something where they said, okay, I get it now. I understand it. I've spoken with other attorneys, including judges, and I said, let me bounce this off of you. Is this how bulletproof is this? And these judges I play golf with, they're like, wow, that's pretty insightful. Never thought about it that way.
Exactly.
And it was your founder that discovered that.
Really, it is such a powerful estate planning tool. And again, people don't realize it. They think, I don't need a reverse mortgage. Well, you don't need one, but do you want to protect perhaps $1 million of equity that you hope to transfer to your children and grandchildren someday? Yes.
Sure, of course you do.
Exactly.
Of course you do.
Is it possible that you could get sued by someone that you ran into at the grocery store by accident? Yeah.
Yes, it's always possible.
Well, the equity in your home here in California, extremely vulnerable, very vulnerable. And we at the law firm, we do a number of things, legal strategies that can protect that equity. One of the conversations that might fit for some people is a reverse mortgage, a reverse mortgage that just sits there with a federally protected program that makes the equity in the home extremely difficult to touch. That's the key.
So once again, we're here with my friend Kraig Strom, certified financial planner with over 25 years experience, and a paralegal with the law firm of Barth Calderon, talking about asset protection strategies. And one strategy is using the reverse mortgage. So I'd like to just chime in about the reverse mortgage. Another misconception is people think that what you're doing is you're signing the home over to the bank, okay? And your home has to be free and clear. You sign a title over to the bank. The bank, in turn, pays you a monthly mortgage payment, and then when you die, the bank keeps the home and all the remaining equity. So as far as asset protection goes, you are not required to take any monthly payments. You don't sign the home over to the bank. You always keep title to the home. It's just that now that there's a, say, credit line on there, and you draw on it as you wish. So you can literally have a balance of as little as $100 on the reverse mortgage, and then the home is under the umbrella of the reverse mortgage. So that's a great strategy. Tell me something else. Anything else you can have to say about the reverse mortgage plan?
For me, it really is have the conversation. I guess that's one of the pieces that is that first hurdle is just have the conversation, ask questions, learn something, go a little bit further into that conversation, especially if you are on your way into retirement, or maybe you've already made your way into retirement. Definitely not a bad idea to have the conversation just to learn about it. Make sure you have a good connection.
And that's interesting because recently I've been running into people, actually recently, over the number of years, I would run into financial advisors such as yourself or estate planning attorneys or CPAs that say, you know, I'm almost embarrassed to tell you that I don't really understand it, and I'm embarrassed to give you a call. And if that's the case, then I'm not doing my job right. And that's where I've been telling people, any questions, anytime. So whether you're listening and you're an attorney, financial advisor, or just a homeowner, and you have questions, pick up the phone and give me a call anytime. I'm always happy to take your questions. I'm certainly not going to make you feel uncomfortable. And you know what? Perhaps it's not the right fit. We just don't know until we have that conversation. And I know you do that all the time with your clients. And
Always.
That's something that's so important when you refer clients to me. It's like, let's sit down. Are you eligible? Are you age eligible? Do you have enough equity? And more importantly now, what are your plans?
Right, exactly. What are your plans? What do you want to accomplish? And I've got to take this moment just to throw in a personal story. Okay, just really quick to let everybody know that I'm not just a proponent and a cheerleader for reverse mortgages. I'm also, well, my mom is also a client.
That's
okay. My mom is a client, and my mom is a tough little lady from Rochester, New York. And when she speaks of Pete Tentler, the financial locksmith, when she speaks of Pete, she smiles. She lives a good life, a better life, because of her reverse mortgage. It is a key piece of the strategy that her financial planner son helped her set up, was the reverse mortgage, and it seriously allows her to live her life at a level that was not attainable without it. It was a great piece of the puzzle, and she'll still leave equity to her grandchildren in her home, but she'll live out her life comfortably. And we love you, Pete.
And what Kraig is leaving out is one of the first times I met Kraig, which was what, 10 years ago?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. And we got together for coffee. And before I sat down, he just started talking. He's like, listen, I understand how the reverse mortgage works, so you don't have to sell me on anything. I just need to know that I can trust you, because I've talked to other people, other mortgage brokers, and they just didn't seem to understand, A, how it worked, or B, they didn't do a very good job, or all of the above. They just took advantage of it. So he said, here's your one test. Here's your one test. This is my mother. If you screw this up, forget it. It'll never happen. And I'm like, I'm not going to screw this up. I've been doing this.
I'm going to test you with Bonnie.
This is Pete Tentler. I'm the host of the Financial Locksmith Show, here with my good friend Kraig Strom, certified financial planner and paralegal with Barth Calderon. We're talking about reverse mortgages and asset protection planning. So tell me something. We've covered that quite a bit. What else are there things that are being left out?
The big thing that's left out for us as a law firm, and you see this, I'm sure, frequently, Pete, the big thing that's left out is just basic estate planning, right? Is basic estate planning, making sure that people have their wills, their living trusts, their powers of attorney, to make sure they have those things in place. Because if they go into, let's say, for example, you go into a reverse mortgage process, it turns out to be something that they really need to have, and someone in that process reaches a point where they can't make their own decisions, and they don't have their estate plan done, they have no powers of attorney, they may not be able to finish the reverse mortgage, which gets them to the point where they can pay for care. Right? So having the estate plan done early, having that set so that your children or friends are your appointed representatives to get you over the finish line in those critical emergency situations, having that done is something that we see so frequently that just wasn't done, regardless of demographic. We see it in all different age groups and all different income levels where the estate plan was just never done.
Yeah, and that's really what Barth really does, is they do an excellent job of estate planning, and that added niche of asset protection is done better than no one.
Thank you.
They're known nationwide for that.
Great thing we do. Yes.
So
love that.
So given all of that information, what's interesting that when I speak with clients about a reverse mortgage, when they're ready to move forward, one of the first things I ask them is, do they have an estate plan? Do they have a living trust? And they said, yeah, we have a will. And I said, well, I'm not an attorney, but I don't think that's the estate plan. Can you explain to the audience the importance of the estate plan and why a will is not?
Yes, thank you. That's actually always a big question, is that you hear this idea of an estate plan and people say, I got a will on, online or some, cheap one that I got in the mailbox, etc. store. Well, here's the thing. In California and in states that have a probate system, the will is just an instruction list for the probate courts. I often tell people that you personally do not need a living trust, because if we're honest with ourselves, when that comes into, to being, when people are going to use it, you're not here anymore. So you really don't care. You don't need a living trust, but you might want one because you don't want your children to get stuck in probate. So a will is instructions for the probate court. A living trust, part of that estate plan, they are connected, the will and the trust, and the living trust is an entity that owns your stuff and doesn't die, and therefore doesn't go to probate. So your children don't have to suffer through 18 months on average.
In probate,
18 months on average in probate in California now. And if it's an estate where you have property in another state, you're looking at 2 years. And probably $20,000 to $30,000 in legal fees because you didn't get an estate plan in place so your kids can take care of business.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll get into more of that after the break. My name is Pete Tentler. This is the Financial Locksmith Show. We're here with my guest, Kraig Strom, certified financial planner and paralegal with Barth Calderon, and we'll touch more on this after the break. By the way, how can they get in touch with you if they need you?
Always best through email, Kraig with a K, Kraig at Barth Attorneys with an S, barthattorneys.com.
Great. Thank you. We'll see you after the break.
Kraig Strom is a certified financial planner paralegal with the law firm Barth Calderon. With over 80 years of combined experience, Kraig and his team help families and business owners with all aspects of their critical legal work, including living trusts, wills, powers of attorney, and asset protection. Have you been procrastinating your own real estate planning? Go to kraigstrom.com for a free 60-minute consultation. That's Kraig with a K, Strom.com. kraigstrom.com.
The Financial Locksmith Show with your host, Pete Tentler, every Saturday at noon on The Answer San Diego. Pete is a trusted reverse mortgage advisor that clients have relied on to explain the process and best courses of action. Legal, financial, and tax professionals all rely on Pete to provide the best options for their clients. Now, you can know what they know. Listen to The Financial Locksmith Show with your host, Pete Tentler, every Saturday at noon, right here on The Answer San Diego.
And we're back with the Financial Locksmith Show. My name is Pete Tentler. I'm a certified reverse mortgage professional. Today we have my guest, Kraig Strom, a certified financial planner and paralegal with Barth Calderon Law Firm. We've been hearing some great information about financial planning, asset protection, estate planning. We're going to hear more about Kraig here in just a moment. But right now I'd like to switch into another segment of a recent case study that I had with a client. Her name is Jan, and I call her Sandwich Jan. Children of the sandwich generation that are seeing the reverse mortgage as a solution to their parents' debt woes. Jan is 45 years old. She's an office manager of the law firm downtown here in San Diego. She's married with 3 daughters, nice home, good-sized mortgage. And like many families, Jan has seen her share of financial obligations every month, not to mention saving money for her family's future. Recently, Jan's family had an additional financial concern. Her mother. Pat is Jan's 75-year-old mother who lives in the other side of San Diego in her home for the last 35 years. Pat still works, pays her mortgage payment, but recently her work hours as a substitute teacher has been fewer and fewer, which means that Pat has trouble making her mortgage payment every month. Now, Jan has been giving her mother, Pat, about $1,000 every month to help her pay her mortgage. This isn't sitting well with Jan's husband, Eddie. Even though he cares greatly for his mother-in-law, Eddie sees the money should be saved for their own family. And as you can guess, the stress has been building worse every month as it goes by. Another concern is Jan's employer. You see, Pat cannot afford the $800 brake job and tire replacement on her car to run errands, let alone to go to school where she teaches. So Jan takes long lunches and at least once a week has to drive Pat to the grocery store and run other errands. Recently, her boss had warned her that he will no longer tolerate these long lunches that take away from her needed duties at the firm. That was when Jan's insurance broker, Adam, recommended a reverse mortgage for Pat. The following day, Adam arranged a meeting at Pat's home with Jan, Eddie, and me to do a reverse mortgage to see if so they can understand all their available options. I was able to show them how they could replace Pat's current mortgage with a reverse mortgage, thus eliminating her monthly mortgage payments for as long as Pat lived in the home. And with the remaining equity in the home, I was able to create an additional $80,000 credit line available for Pat to use as she wishes, like buying a newer car. In the end, Pat chose to get the reverse mortgage with me, and now Pat is happy without mortgage payments. She lives with dignity in her home, and as long as she can desire. Jan and Eddie are happy because they no longer need to worry about the financial supporting Pat every month, and she can afford the insurance policy that they were looking to get. Jan's employer is happy because Jan will not need to take long breaks away from the firm and run errands for her mother. What was interesting in the beginning was that Jan was saying, and I think I told this to you, Kraig, is that Jan was saying, what happens when, what's the downside of all this? This just sounds like too good to be true. What's the downside? And I said, well, the downside is this, is that because there's no mortgage payments required on a reverse mortgage, instead of the balance going down little by little, the balance goes up little by little.
Right.
So in the end, when your mother passes on, she goes on to the next life,
right.
You inherit the home, there's going to be less equity for you to inherit, whereas she's making mortgage payments now. That's the downside. That's the only downside.
Right. That Jan, you get less equity, but your mom lives tremendously better.
Much better, and you no longer, Jan and Eddie would fight every month over those mortgage payments. And
Jan's not in the doghouse.
Not in the doghouse anymore. And now they've stopped fighting.
Right.
Well, they stopped fighting over the mortgage payments. I don't know if
exactly.
They're still fighting about other
mortgage
things.
Payments.
But that's fine. But Jan said that's the only downfall. And I'm like, yeah, that's the only downfall. And she's like, you don't understand. And I'm like, all right, what is it I don't understand? She goes, I don't care about the inheritance. I've got a problem now with my husband, with my family, with my employer, and the safety of my mother, she's a substitute teacher.
Right.
So 75 years old, she's getting less and less and less hours. It's inconsistent.
She needs to stop working.
And when I went to the house, I saw her car in the driveway. There was a cinder block behind the back tire. Oh. And I used to be in the tire business when I was in college. So I see these ball tires. The steel belts are coming out. That's how bad this thing is. So she can't drive the car. So I said, Pat, how are you getting to work? How are you getting to the school? So I take the bus. I just drove here, and I'm like, I don't see a bus stop. I mean, it's got to be a good mile.
She walks to the bus stop.
No. She takes a school bus.
Oh, she takes the school bus to work.
The school bus takes it right here. Why not take the school bus? It's free, and it's right here. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh. And she's like, yeah, I'm not really sure if this reverse mortgage thing is right for me. And I'm like,
oh no,
how is it not right for you? But that's one of the famous stories that I have, and just where this was something where originally started with the insurance broker who was telling me. I was at a happy hour a long time ago, and he said, I got this client, they really need this insurance policy with the long-term care rider. They're right at the right age. They're 49, 50, 51 years old. But they got this deficit every month of $1,000.
Right, because they're taking care of mom.
Right. And I said, well, how old is the mom? She said, well, what difference does that make? It's the insurance is not for, and he goes, Oh, you're thinking about a reverse mortgage for the mother. Why didn't I think about that?
He didn't connect the dots.
He didn't connect the dots. And that happens often in my industry where, for example, a CPA might say, I get it, but all of my clients are business owners between the ages of 35 and 50, 55, so they don't qualify. And I said, well, how many of those business owners are supporting their families? Well, yeah, they all have families. And how many of them are also supporting their senior parents? I've got one or two like that.
Yes.
I'm like, well, how's that going? And they say it's not going well at all. They're fighting over it.
Yep.
They go to work. They take it out on their employees, their vendors, their customers. And it's just, if there's a way that I can get rid of that mortgage payment and then You
Changes
can literally
the world.
see the
You
light bulb over there.
come on.
Exactly. And they're like, okay, I get it now. There's more solutions available.
Exactly.
To the reverse mortgage.
It's not just a one-trick pony. The application of a reverse mortgage, it can be applied in multiple different conversations, multiple different strategies. It's much like retirement income planning for me. It's not one thing that makes it happen. It's multiple things connected properly. Reverse mortgage, it ticks off so many boxes in the right, when you have the person like yourself, Pete, who can have that conversation, who can actually connect the dots for that insurance broker or that CPA or that attorney who has never thought of it that way.
Right. And then once they see it, they see the different avenues and the variable options that are there. It's amazing. So this is Pete Tentler. I'm the Financial Locksmith. You're listening to the show today. I have my guest, Kraig Strom. He is a certified financial planner with over 25 years of experience. He's also a paralegal at the law firm of Barth Calderon. It's great to have you here, Kraig.
Thank you. Yes.
If you've been listening throughout the program, you've heard a lot of great things about how financial planning for your retirement years, asset protection, several other issues, and including on how all of this interweaves with a reverse mortgage and how it can help with asset protection planning.
Absolutely. That's a big one. I love it, but it all fits together. If it's even remotely an idea, you got to have a conversation with Pete. He'll help you to work out those pieces of the conversation that you might not have gotten the right information or the complete information.
And I'm available for you any questions anytime. I can be reached at my mobile phone at 858-999-1776, or easier on the email, pete@reversemortgage1776.com. Once again, that's pete@reversemortgage1776.com.
That's an awesome email address.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's part of the company name, Independence Reverse Mortgage Solutions. So when I got in the reverse mortgage business 20 plus years ago, I saw that this is a great way to get rid of these mortgage payments. Basically, you can, and I came up with this crazy line, declare your independence on reverse mortgage. Declare your independence of mortgage payments.
Love it. Yeah, I love that.
So it's a great part.
No, it's a good fit. I like it.
So we'll be back after the break. We're going to take a quick break here. Pete Tentler, certified reverse mortgage professional. We have Kraig Strom will come back and talk a little bit more about asset protection planning and estate planning and making sure the pitfalls to avoid.
Yes.
My name is Pete Tentler. I'm a certified reverse mortgage professional, and you're listening to the Financial Locksmith Show.
The Financial Locksmith Show with your host, Pete Tentler. Every Saturday at noon on The Answer San Diego. Pete is a trusted reverse mortgage advisor that clients have relied on to explain the process and best courses of action. Legal, financial, and tax professionals all rely on Pete to provide the best options for their clients. Now, you can know what they know. Listen to The Financial Locksmith Show with your host, Pete Tentler, every Saturday at noon, right here on The Answer San Diego.
Kraig Strom is a certified financial planner paralegal with the law firm Barth Calderon. With over 80 years of combined experience, Kraig and his team help families and business owners with all aspects of their critical legal work, including living trusts, wills, powers of attorney, and asset protection. Have you been procrastinating your own real estate planning? Go to kraigstrom.com for a free 60-minute consultation. That's Kraig with a K, Strom.com. kraigstrom.com.
And welcome back to the Financial Locksmith Show. I am your host, Pete Tentler, certified reverse mortgage professional, unlocking the equity in your home so you can secure your financial future. We're back with my guest, Kraig Strom. He's a certified financial planner with over 25 years. He's also a paralegal with the firm Barth Calderon, specializing in estate planning and asset protection planning. All right, so we've heard all great things about financial planning.
Everything's all rosy and wonderful.
Reverse mortgages is the best thing around. We've also talked about asset protection planning. All right, what's the catch? What's the pitfall to a reverse mortgage? And I say it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know you see it. I saw it years and years ago before I met you. because the reverse mortgage has been around for a long time, and I've been a proponent for a long time. And one of the biggest downfalls, the pitfall that I learned early on to prepare my clients for, was family, was their children, was their ungrateful, unwashed, undeserving little scrubby kids and their grandkids coming after their newfound reverse mortgage money and not being careful with the reverse mortgage. Absolutely will never forget Gloria. One of my very first client introductions to reverse mortgage lives in Hemet, California.
Right.
And I introduced her to the reverse mortgage, and initially it was, oh my gosh, my CPA said that's terrible. Well,
right.
After we talked about it and educated her, she absolutely saw that it was a good thing for her. It changed her life. She received a large amount of equity out on the reverse mortgage, cash out, she decided to take. I counseled her as her financial advisor at the time to be very careful with the proceeds. Really jealously guard those proceeds. This is going to really save her financially. Unfortunately, those greedy, unwashed, undeserving kids and grandchildren came in, and they just pulled on her heartstrings, and she started buying cars. She bailed one great-great-grandson out of jail. It was very expensive.
Unbelievable.
He ended up sleeping on her couch months later, and she bought him a truck, and she just spent money.
Right.
And I got a call from her granddaughter asking if grandma had any more money. And
Unbelievable.
this was less than a year later.
Ticked me off.
Yes, and so the reverse mortgage in and of itself is a tremendous benefit for most people. It just needs to be respected, in my opinion.
And there are safeguards to that. And this came about 6, 7, 8 years ago, that on most reverse mortgage options, they limit that the borrower can only take 60% of the approved loan amount.
Right.
Now, in certain circumstances, they can go greater than that. So if they have a mortgage, if they get approved, say, for a $400,000 reverse mortgage, and they have a mortgage balance of $400,000,
right,
that's fine. They'll give them the full 100%. But those safeguards are in there to prevent those things that happened to Gloria.
Yes.
Where suddenly all these kids and grandkids come out of the woodwork. They haven't heard from her forever. And Gloria says, "Oh, finally, all I want them to do is talk to me. I'm so lonely. I miss them so much." She starts
writing checks.
Start writing checks so they can come back, and it's really beyond sad.
It is.
And
therein lies the pitfall, is that it's a tremendous benefit when it's applied and used correctly in a bigger plan. The reverse mortgage is an extremely powerful, great benefit. And I think it deserves more respect in the bigger picture conversation to make sure that it's treated right, used properly, cared for. Like that equity line of credit that you spoke of in the beginning of the show. That is an amazing benefit that should not be just frivolously spent on kids' boats, right? It should be there for what it was intended for.
So they can not run out of cash flow.
Exactly.
For the rest of their life.
That's a big pitfall, is to really watch out for those types of things. And if I may, one more.
Absolutely.
Folks being talked into reverse mortgages in a time frame that's not appropriate. So Pete, actually, you and I have had this situation where we've talked and I've made introductions and you've said, it doesn't sound like a reverse mortgage is really right at this point, because the client expressed a desire to sell their home and move in the next 12, 16 months. And doing a reverse mortgage right now didn't make sense. And then Pete said, no, they might want to consider using a reverse mortgage purchase
for the home. Right. That happened just recently. That happened about 2 years ago. And if I may, so he calls me up and he's 75 years old. So that means he's going to get more money than a 62-year-old. So the older the borrower, the greater the loan-to-value percentage, or greater the loan amount.
Right.
So he had a home that was worth $700,000, $800,000, free and clear, unencumbered, no mortgages.
2-bedroom, 1-bath house in Burbank.
No. It was bigger than that. It was here in San Diego.
Right.
And what he was saying is that he wanted to borrow about $75,000 to spruce up the home and sell it.
Exactly.
So right away, I was like, okay, this probably isn't in his best interest. Why? Because on that type of reverse mortgage, the closing costs are going to be high. Now, even though the closing costs are typically almost always financed onto the loan, we'll get him that. I'll get him that $75,000, but he may be paying back $90,000 or $95,000.
Right, just not necessary.
It just isn't. It's unnecessary. So I told him, I said, you're better off going to your bank or your local credit union, and you may have closing costs of maybe $500, maybe $1,000.
Right.
If that. Sometimes a credit union says, we'll pay for everything. But you will pay a prepayment penalty because you're paying the loan off in under a year. So that prepayment penalty is going to be $500.
$500.
Maybe $1,000. It's a parking ticket compared to what the closing costs are on that type of reverse mortgage.
Exactly.
Now, if he were to telling me he wants to borrow $75,000 to spruce up his home and update it, put in whatever, a chairlift, walk-in tub, wants just a new kitchen because he's going to stay there for long term, we got a deal.
Yes.
It's a great deal. And the thing is that what you said earlier about people being talked into a reverse mortgage, this is something that I do not do.
No, you educate them into a reverse mortgage, right? When people learn and they know that it's right, they'll make their own decision. They don't need to be convinced and sold into it. They just need the right education.
It's an education process because they don't know how it works. I'm going to demonstrate how it works, the pros and the cons, the pitfalls, if you will. But more importantly, I have questions for them.
Yes.
How long are you going to be in the home?
Right.
Okay, we're going to be in the home 4 or 5 years. Okay, how much are you going to borrow? How much you need to borrow? Do you have a living trust? Do we need to have one? You don't need to have one, but let me explain to you what happens when you don't have one.
Right.
Okay, and your heirs are going to be saying, why didn't they just spend that $2,500, that $5,000,
Exactly.
that $10,000 to get it all done?
Because they didn't love you, kids. That's what it is.
Yeah, right. So that's something where this gentleman said, well, thank you for doing this. What I will do, I'm looking to buy a home in this Gulf community. It's a gated community, and I have my eye on this home over here. That's about $500,000, $550,000. I go, great. He goes, when I move in there, I will call you, and I'll get a reverse mortgage credit line on that. And I said, well, or have you thought about a reverse mortgage to finance for the purchase of the home? So instead of putting $500,000 down for all cash, you could put maybe $275,000, $250,000. We'll finance the delta of the $300 plus, $350 plus, and now you have that much more in your pocket.
Exactly.
And your mortgage, he goes, well, you can do that. What's the mortgage payment on that? He goes, zero.
It's zero.
There's no mortgage payments required on a reverse mortgage.
You pay what? Taxes and insurance, right? Which
just
is
like
normal.
everybody does.
Everybody
Whether you have
does.
a reverse, forward, or no mortgage, you're paying taxes and insurance.
Pete, do you know how many realtors I've talked to and CPAs and other attorneys and other firms, realtors specifically, that blows me away, that have no idea you can buy a home with a reverse mortgage if you're old enough?
It's not going to surprise me.
No, it's incredible. That is an amazing piece. See, that's really cool. You actually advised away from the reverse mortgage at that moment, and then said, hey, by the way, you could use it for a purchase.
Right, and pocket that much more money. And then
keep the equity.
Keep the equity. And then he paused for a moment. He goes, you understand it? You want me to go over it? He goes, no, I understand it. I'm just thinking there's another home that's on the golf course, but it's like $800,000. How much can I buy? I go, well, you'll still pocket like $100,000 or $150,000, but now you're on the golf course. So I'll let you know.
He ended up getting, what is your phrase for that? Help me.
It's right size without compromise.
He got the house he wanted without having to compromise.
He was looking to downsize and compromise where he was going to be in the golf community.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And I said, well, why don't we look at this, Larry? And he goes, wow, that's great. So it's a right size without compromise. Yeah, that is brilliant. It was brilliant. And the interesting though was the realtor was like, well, how are you able to afford more of this home? And she said, you're getting a reverse mortgage. You better be careful. So
exactly, the realtor doesn't know.
Here's the realtor getting, because it's a larger transaction, she's getting a larger commission.
Yes.
If I were her, I'd pick up the phone and call me and say, hey, Pete Tentler, how do I do this? Because
Right.
I may have more clients. So
Are you
that's it.
hearing that, my realtor friends
Right.
out there? Absolutely. If you don't know about the reverse mortgage for purchase, it is amazing. It's amazing what
Right.
you can do for your seasoned clients.
It's again, it's an excellent product. It isn't for everyone.
No.
We need to know the pitfalls of reverse mortgages, and I can't think of any pitfalls to estate planning.
There's pitfalls. I mean, if you just wing it and you don't get your estate plan done with a conversation from a law firm, you're going to miss things. It happens all the time. You might miss some really important details. And we had one recently where folks had gotten a generic, I think $1,200. They got it from some law firm that just kicks out living trusts. And they didn't include provisions for their son who has Down syndrome. No special provisions.
They didn't ask any questions.
They just kicked out a trust, and it was some generic trust they kicked out, and it had no provisions for their son who will need state assistance, in our case, Medi-Cal, forever, and his inheritance would wipe out his state assistance until he burned through mom and dad's inheritance.
And this is what happens when you don't ask the right questions.
Exactly.
And this is what happens when you don't use a professional advisor such as Kraig Strom or myself.
Yep.
And we're here to answer any of your questions anytime.
Absolutely.
So Kraig, it's been great to have you here
Thank
today.
you, Pete. I
Kraig
really
Strom,
love it.
Certified financial planner with over 25 years of experience. He's also a paralegal with Barth Calderon law firm. One more time, how do our audience get in contact with you with any of their questions anytime?
They can always find us at barthattorneys.com, and they can email me, Kraig with a K, at barthattorneys.com. Kraig with a K at barthattorneys.com. Thanks again, Pete.
My pleasure. My name is Pete Tentler. I am a certified reverse mortgage professional, but also known as the financial locksmith, because I can unlock the equity in your home so you may secure your financial future with a reverse mortgage. You can reach me at Pete at reversemortgage1776.com.